I just went there one night, packed all my things that was remaining, and I left. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl AV Special as usual. Yeah, so if this is the first time you're seeing this beautiful face on your screen, thank you for clicking. Please consider subscribing, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys are the best. I can't thank you enough. Yeah, so in respect of my last video, I said I was going to share my experience of how they broke into my house here in the Philippines and stole my things, because a lot of people come here and say Philippines is the best, Philippines is the best, everywhere is secured. I'm not saying Philippines is bad, but I just want you to know that since there is good part of Philippines, there's also the bad part of Philippines. Yeah, so this happened when I was staying in San Carlos, and this happened not even I was staying like inside the bush part that we say okay the place is inside. I was just staying close to the road, and look at my house, look at CSI, you get. Yeah, so when all these things started, because it was like these people were targeting us. I remember a day I was at home and someone knocked on my door. When I opened, it was like, oh, did you order water? I said no, I did not, because they have one water station downstairs. So I was like, oh, maybe he made a mistake because he was carrying a gallon of water. I told him I didn't order water. He was like, okay, fine. He left. I was hearing noise, but what's my business? I don't like putting my nose in other people's business. So I thought my neighbor was around and all that. So later that same evening, my neighbor came and knocked on my door. He was like, did you see anybody around here or hear anything? I said, yeah, I was hearing noise. I thought you were around. He said, no, he went to school, because this person is not a Filipino. He's an Arab guy. So he was like, they broke into his house. He showed me his door. They removed his lock and everything. Said they carried money, his laptop, and the annoying part, he said they carried his passports. And that was like the most annoying part of everything. He was like, these people will not use this passport for anything, and it would be stress for him to start looking for a way to get a new passport and all that. And I was like, oh, sorry about that though. That the only person that came here I saw was the guy that came to knock on my door and asked me if I ordered water. And he was like, he's going to ask them about it. And I was like, oh, sorry. That's all I could say at that time. I told him sorry and all that. 2 weeks later, after they broke into his house, I came because I come to Dagupan from San Carlos for church. So, and then I was so serious with choir, and the way victory works, if you're in the choir, any Sunday you're singing for first, second, and third service, which is 8 a.m., 10 p.m., 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So then I don't go home so that I can meet up for 4 p.m. because if I start going home, it's like double transportation as well. If I start going home then and all that it will be like a waste of transport and all that. So I stay back till 4 p.m. after afternoon service is done. I stay back till 4 p.m. then go back home 7 p.m. 8 like that. So that day after service, we finished around 7. I don't know what happened. Getting San Carlos Jeep was so hard. So I decided to sleep at my friend's place, Joy. I don't know, you guys must know Joy by now. She has been on this channel several times. I decided to stay at Joy's place and pass the night there. I was like, I'm so tired, I just need to rest my head. I'll go back tomorrow. So to cut the long story short, when I got to my house, I met my door wide open. When I mean wide open, it was wide open. Then my clothes, everything was on the floor. I'm going to look for a picture, because then the phone I used to take the picture was not my phone, so the picture was not backed up. So I posted it on my Facebook story. So I'll go and look for my old Facebook story in my archive. If I can see the picture, I'm going to post it somewhere here to see how I met my room. All my clothes was on the floor. Everything was scattered. I'm like, what happened there? The first thing I went to was my laptop, because I didn't have a phone at then. So my laptop was like my savior. That's what I used to chat on Facebook, because then I was mostly online on Facebook since I don't have phone for WhatsApp. I was like, Jesus, what happened there? I couldn't find my laptop. I didn't know if I should cry or I should laugh. Like, these people went all out. They carried my laptop, the 2 phones that I had at home that was not working, because I ordered screen online. The screen was bad, and in Phoenix you can't just walk into any phone repair store to repair it, and they will have the part. I don't know if they said it's quite easy in Manila, but yeah, they told me to order it online. So I ordered the screen online and everything. They carried the phone even as it is bad. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? They carried the phone. They carried my my piggy bank where I used to put my coins. They carried it. They carried my extension. The worst part of it, they carried my foodstuffs. Little food stuff that I was managing, these people carried my Milo, my milk, noodles. The only thing they left that was food stuff in that house was my rice, and the rice, it was as if they even poured it. It was small that was left. I'm like, what happened here? Like the way they break this door, I don't know. This thing I'm saying now, I was so heartbroken because then things was really hard for me. So for me to be able to get those things, it took me a lot of time, and then somebody just came and took everything, boop. And that laptop, it was not even like, that laptop was a gift from a friend. Then when he found out that I don't have a phone, I'm not online, nothing, so he was like, I get one old laptop for house, come and collect. And all of a sudden they carried laptop, carried everything. I was like, do you know the thing that make everything worse? I asked that my neighbor. He said, that he didn't hear anything, he didn't say anything. It was not like, this has now become a trend in the country. In the compound, that we should tell the landlord. Our landlord just made everything worse. Do you know what this man told us when I told him that these people carried my money and everything? This man looked me in the eyes and tell me, don't keep valuables in your room. Huh? Why am I renting an apartment if my things are not safe? So if I'm going out, I should be packing all my documents, packing all my money, packing everything. Then why am I renting a place? Imagine this man opening his mouth to tell us that we should not keep valuables in our room. I was like, really? We should not keep valuables in our room? And that landlord was like a bone in the throat. That man has issues. When I mean issues, that man has issues. So I don't know if maybe he knew these people that are doing this thing and decided to keep quiet. Because you cannot tell me that your compound, all of a sudden, people just start entering different rooms. And the funniest part of it, they never enter a Filipino's room. It's always the foreigners in the compound. Always the foreigners. And when we tried complaining, he was like, don't keep valuables. At first, he was like, okay, he's going to put CCTV in the hallway so that they can see whoever is coming and going. Now, mouth. This man did not do anything. One that made me decide that I'm leaving this house. This man now had the habit of coming to your house when you're not around. Because he's the landlord, because he has spare key, can just open your door anytime, do anything. I'm like, I paid for this house, so this is mine now. You don't have any right to come into my house. What are you looking for? I can just tell you now that you stole something. What will you say? And do you know what this man told me? It's still his property, so he has the right to enter anywhere he wants to enter at any time. And I'm like, what? I'm paying for this place. So sometimes when you people come here and start picturing Philippines, all of them as saints, you've not met some. Like this man was a bone in the throat. At first, he used to deny that he don't used to enter my house until when our neighbor saw him and told me. And I asked him. This man told me he saw my window open. He decided to close the window for me. That's why he entered. I'm like, who sent you? Me when open the window, keep. I don't know what they do. Like, why to now make everything worse? Because I left the house with serious issues. To make everything worse, there was a time I go back home from church and I couldn't find my new piggy bank after they stole the other one. I couldn't find my new piggy bank. I'm like, this time around my door was closed, so definitely it's someone that has right access that can enter and carry anything. Because if maybe it was those thieves again, maybe they'll break the door or something, but this one, the door was still closed with my padlock and the normal key. And I told him, queer, my piggy bank is missing and you're the only one that used to enter that house. The man was not like, I did not see anything. Anytime I open your house, it's just to close your window so that when it rains, it will not enter your room. I'm like, really? Okay. I didn't argue with him. I just told him, you know what, I'm not going to pay you rent until I see my piggy bank. He was not like, okay, as if they were monitoring me. When I went out and I came back, lo and behold, guess what I saw? My piggy bank, but they have break it. They broke it, removed all the cash and left coins for me. Hi God. I said, this man don't know who he's joking with, to me, and you expect me to pay you rent. In my mind, I was like, I'm 100% certain that you are the one that carried this thing, because how come the thing came back to my room when I told you I was not going to pay rent until I see my piggy bank? And the man was like, stop talking like that, I'm just helping you close your window, that's why I opened the door, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. I didn't even talk too much. I just told him, okay, no problem. I stayed that house for complete 3 months. Then that pandemic happened. I stayed in Dagupan throughout the pandemic. I think till almost December or so. I just went there one night, packed all my things that was remaining, and I left. I didn't pay buying because I said I was not going to pay. Like, that man was making us say shaggy. No foreigner that stayed in that man's house and that will say any good thing about him. And yet some of you will come here and say, one thing do this, one thing do that, one thing do this, Philippines are this, Filipinos are this, Filipinos are the best, why Nigerians are the beast. My dear, you've not met a wicked Filipino. Like, that man, I don't pray that man should be landlord to anybody, because if I was someone that was troublesome, the kind of trouble way that man forget with me. But anyways, let's leave that. So that was how finally I moved from the house. And yeah, so there are a lot of other experience I've had concerning stealing and all that. You'll be walking, someone will try to drag your bag and you're telling me Philippines is safe. But anyways, Philippines is safe in some aspects. I'm not going to doubt that one, but let's also try and remember that there is always a good and the bad side of every country, and there's always a good and the bad side of everybody. So this is where I'm going to end this video. See you guys in my next one. Bye. If you have any video suggestion, drop it down in the comment section. If you have anything you want to talk about, drop it down in the comment section. So that will be all for now.